It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Let's take a look at City of Asgard. City of Asgard stuff already on the 160 boss. I ain't mad about it. I want to show you guys a video today. This Martha leveling up discussion that we've had off and on all week long. Give a shout out to Rocky W for sharing this video with me. And we are going to, I'm not going to play the video because of copyright issues, but I'll put this Kark versus, actually I'll put this link in the description box down below here. It does show some things. Let's see, Martha video. Go check it out after the live stream. But Rocky took 4 different situations. Martha without a patron, a weak Martha, Axel patron, a strong Martha with no patron, and a strong Martha with the Axel patron. The weaker Martha ulted more frequently, as expected. This isn't a really, really good discussion as a parallel to fighting Osh, right? Because Osh's armor penetration is much higher than Kark's is, but you can get some information from it if you'd like. There is the whole sweet spot discussion about Martha and over leveling your Martha, and can you over level your Martha? And at this point, honestly, I don't know if you can or can't over level your Martha. You know, we discussed earlier this week about how you don't want to level up your Martha too high because you want her to be able to have her ult at the ready, right? You want her ultimate ability to be ready when you need it so that the armor artifact can protect your team. Of course, just one armor artifact isn't really enough unless it's like max. Unless Martha's at 130 artifact level, it really barely scratches the bottom of the Osh's armor penetration numbers. And indeed, in an Osh fight, and I'll show you this right now, in an Osh fight, taking a look at Idrisil's fight right here, you'll notice that almost nobody touches Martha. Idrisil's Martha here is completely maxed out. And you see, nothing touches Martha. Nothing does. There's nothing hitting Martha at all. All that's mattering right now is Martha's basic attacks. That's all that's gaining her energy, right? Her basic attacks and her skill usage. The spheres aren't tagging Martha. The wormhole doesn't do any damage to Martha because there are no spheres left up, right? It's only when the meteor shower starts does Martha start taking damage. So the question that is, you know, can you overlevel your Martha? I think is still a to be continued, because the idea is you need to have her ultimate ready to go to keep your team alive, right? Also to speed up your team for the damage numbers. So you don't want her stats to be so high. And by stats, let's be very clear, I mean things that lower her damage received, not necessarily just armor and magic defense, but also total health percentage plays into it. So high health, high armor, high magic defense. I don't know if that actually does impact this fight at all. I don't know if it does or not. A lot of people say that you can overlevel your Martha. A dozen videos by other content creators, including myself, have been made about it, but I don't know that it matters. I don't know that it really matters. It seems like in basically every fight that I watch, and I've watched a bunch of fights over the last week or so, she doesn't really take any damage. So the only thing that really is gaining her energy at the beginning of the fight is just her basic auto attack, right? So I don't know. I still don't have an answer, but I'll tell you this. When this Martha event does happen, I will be leveling up her magic attack. I will be leveling up her magic attack. At the very least, I'll be maxing that out. I don't know if the armor and the health actually impacts anything, but for me, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as I discuss this. For me and my situation with my account, with the heroes that I have leveled as it is, she is good enough, okay? Good enough that I'm cranking out plenty of damage, okay? Cranking out plenty of damage with the Osh, LOL Osh meta team, which is, Isaac, Zhu, Nebula, Sebastian, Martha with the team Pet, Albus. It's good enough. It's good enough damage for this fight, and it's good enough defenses, I should say. It's good enough defenses for my average run-of-the-mill Guild War, Arena, Grand Arena, Clash of Worlds fights. So, and this is actually going to be bad because my Nebula died already. So to me, the pressure isn't on Martha to increase the stats. Should I refresh? I should probably refresh, right? Did I get buffs? I forgot to buy the buffs. I forgot to buy the buffs. Are you kidding me? I did. I forgot to buy the buffs. I started with this conversation, and I forgot to buy the buffs. I forgot to buy the buffs. That's okay. That's okay, because this is another great question. Taking a look at this, how much damage did I do? Not much. 5. I did 5 million damage. Wow. So I had this whole conversation about how Martha's stats are good enough and all of this, and then I invalidate the whole point of the whole clip by not buying the buffs. But again, my Martha is strong enough with buffs purchased. My Martha is strong enough that I don't need to work on her right now, right? So I don't feel inclined to level her up anymore. And I guess now it doesn't even matter. What a bummer. That's okay. We already killed the 160. We're already on the 160, and we'll kill the 160 twice. We usually do, so I'm not too worried about it. Buff doesn't matter. I agree. You saw me get over 40 million there without any buffs. Drop big time? Yeah, that's okay. It happens. I will not be the deciding factor this week on if we kill the second 160 boss or not. I won't. It won't be just me. Anyway, let's see if anybody else has done anything. Let's see. Basic Osh team. Peter used the basic Osh team. It doesn't look like any of us are really trying the. It doesn't look like any of us are really trying the Kosh Cornelius Osh meta, right? Did I get nightmared? Probably. Yeah. So the discussion about Martha continues. I think you're safe to level her stats all the way up, but if you do and it screws things up in your mind and you have a bias against it, don't come to me. Don't come to me complaining. Do your own testing. It's impossible. It's impossible to test. You only get one fight per week, and you don't want to be the guy to screw it up like I just did.